This is the Jesus Lectures 3, Dealing with Difficult People. This is the third of an imagined series of lectures by Jesus of Nazareth to modern societies and seekers based on events in the Gospels. This book is an attempt to answer the following question. If Jesus were to briefly visit Earth today to give his followers an interim evaluation on how they are collectively doing, what would he say? This is the third of 10 lectures by Jesus, and these fictional lectures are contained in 10 different ebooks. And in this book, Jesus, talking in the first person, describes the details behind key events summarized briefly in the Gospels as they apply to how well his modern-day followers today are doing at putting his words into action. And this then is the first part of Jesus' introductory remarks to his third lecture. It is with great pleasure that I, Jesus of Nazareth, speak to you today. This is my third lecture on the overall topic of moving closer to God. Today, focusing on dealing with difficult people. How you relate to and deal with other people, particularly difficult people, reveals the permeability of your heart. If you do not have a heart that is fully open to God, you will not remain in the kingdom of God. If you cannot deal appropriately with your fellow humans, how can you say you do so with God, who is so much greater than they? Thus, how you deal with your fellow men and women reveals the true state of your heart towards God. The best way, of course, to relate to both your fellow humans and with God is to again become a little child. So, just how do you keep yourself like a little child, innocent, totally open, and loving every moment of the godly adventure? Well, the first thing you've got to throw off is the proud, arrogant, spiteful rigidity of the Pharisees, Mosaic lawyers, and scribes. Yes, their haughty strictness will quickly kill the beautiful, pure, joyful, spiritual child. So, despite your natural desire to nail down all the specific answers, you must accept the fact that you don't know as much as you think you do. Yes, human beings at their very best only have ant-like brains that are aware of but a tiny fraction of what's really out there. At your smartest, you're not near as clever as you think you are. In mankind's colossal arrogance, however, people just assume that if something is knowable, they can eventually understand it in all of its details. Ha! I tell you, such an assumed capability is laughable. Even for that which the limited human mind is capable of being aware and comprehending, each individual person inevitably has many blind spots, shortfalls, and faulty logic. Yes, the Holy Scriptures truly state that man cannot find his way alone. So, let go of your "I'm so great" delusion and acknowledge your own human fallibility. Even the smartest of you can be completely wrong, and something that you feel emotionally right at this moment to be completely right. And the simple truth is that God does not want you to have all the answers. Otherwise, He'd have just given you some lengthy check-off list of do's and don'ts covering every situation imaginable. True, a lot of the law of Moses was of that nature, saying to do this or don't do that. But that was to prove to you the impossibility of your keeping a checklist of even easy things. And not being satisfied with just the big things being listed, the scribes, lawyers, and Pharisees sought to codify all of our specific actions to align as they thought best with the principles of the old law. They wanted for everything to be spelled out in every detail. First of all, that's not possible. Since society and its demands constantly change, your life is unpredictable, and everyone has their own unique capabilities, resources, problems, and opportunities. Only an interlocking set of overriding general principles designed to guide individuals struggling to apply them all at once to new situations can truly cover all circumstances. But also, it's a great temptation, yet again, to feel that we've figured it all out, down to dotting every I and crossing each T. If we truly could do such, then there'd be no need at all for struggling, searching, weighing of different options, or listening to the opinion of others. We would always know the answer and just do it, right? But there's an even greater lure to our wanting to figure out all the precise answers than just being smugly comfortable. What is it? It's having power over other people. After all, from the arrogance of knowing all the answers, it's just a step to requiring everyone else to do exactly what we say, since after all, we've got all the truth. Yes, the temptation to figure it all out has an insidious hidden lust to control other people. Indeed, it's a very short distance from God wills it to the overt agenda of, if you reject what I say, then you're not just rejecting me, but God Himself, so you must accept that I'm the one in control. And if you do reject me, then since you're rejecting God Himself, that rejection of God justifies me in doing anything to you to force you to comply with what I want you to do. But if it were possible for you to do that, then you'd be the ultimate judge Himself, which you are not. Right? The truly humble person instead says quite clearly and consciously a statement quite different from that of the arrogant person. Instead of saying, I know God's complete will, how He wants me and you to do every single thing, so you'd best cooperate with me or you're damned. It is, I wish you the best. I hope you will move ever closer to God. If you do need help to do so, or in figuring out some confusing religious matter, I'd love to help you do so. I'm here to help you, if you wish. However, I leave the details of your devotion and offerings to God where they belong, between you and God. God does not want for you to religiously dominate, take control, and dictate godliness to another person. Instead, He wants you to focus on searching and struggling and carefully experimenting to find the answers for your own life, your own particular opportunities and problems, which best uphold and conform to all the godly principles. And the lecture continues as Jesus gives powerful and explosive details to how He dealt with the people of the first century that have tremendous impact and importance for how his followers behave in the present day world. So, the complete ebook, the Jesus Lectures 3 Dealing with Difficult People, can be purchased for $9.98 by clicking on the blue ordering link that's present at lylepublishing.com/JesusLecture3.htm. And if you wish, in just a few minutes from now, you can be reading, enjoying, and gaining fresh religious insights.